And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever. It's the 6th of April, 2021. It's 7:53 Central Standard Time, and it's 20:53 here in Southeast Asia. So this is day 2 of the Rithmic week. Last week was DT and IQ powering the investor RT charting. And this week will be Rithmic. Now, yesterday was kind of a bad start. Froze completely here at the on the open. And the dome of Jigsaw Dome is being powered by investor Tradovate, which is where my, because I have I'm in step 2 of a TopStep combine. At about $1,000 or something left to go. Down to a couple hundred till I had a bad day last week. $600 was my worst worst day of the combine. So that's how it breaks sometimes. Nothing you can do about that. And I'm looking forward to see how I would suppose that today will be much more of a normal trading day after the Easter holiday. So let's see what we have on store for a few things here. With regard to the economic picture, the VIX is disgustingly low at 18 points. I like it up in the high 20s or 30s to give us the volatility that we need. You can see a big plunge right over here. Just these last couple of days, we've been trading up here. Back up to the 18s again. So for the calendar, what have we got? Red Book is just out. A miss. Not by much. And basically, we got the job opening or JOLTS report at 2,200. That's pretty much all we got for the economic calendar today. It's kind of, well, yeah, it's a weekend after after Easter, I guess. Basically, we have a risk-off sentiment with regard to the Globex trading, as you can see down here. Our settlement price on the NASDAQ is 1358550. So that's about exactly where we are right now. We're just pretty much squatting on settlement. DOC is just below. There's our open. There's our settle. Just about neutral here. We were up a little bit, probably more inventory short than long, but it was short into value. So that's not quite the same in my book as if we'd have, for example, if we'd have traded up here, we'd have been out of value and out of range. We've traded back. This overnight trade was in value and in range. Didn't even get down to the value area low from yesterday's regular trading session. So a little less daunting, I would say. And we've got a range of 525, 6, so 100 point range, basically. Not terribly scary, and that's a function of that 17, 18 point VIX. Is just pretty darn disappointing. Me. Anyway, we'll see how we open here, and I'm real anxious to see how things turn out on the data front. Had one little trade yesterday of $150. go back and look in the stream to see that. Can't show that here. I don't know, actually. I can think about it. Let's see here. See what yesterday. There we go. That doesn't show the trades themselves, but you can see what we had there. Rather a long trade, 2 minutes and 13 seconds. And there you have it. There you have it. I don't know how to get back to where the hell I was, but I suppose I do that, and I do that, and then I'll do that. Yeah. So basically we have 3 platforms running here. This is the Investor RT charting package, which is running on top of a Rithmic data feed. This is Tradovate. And this is a Jigsaw dome, which is being powered by Tradovate. So it's 2 data sources and 3 platforms. Because I couldn't feel comfortable with the Tradovate charting, it just kept freezing and doing weird things and having perspective or scaling problems, I thought. Now, something that I did notice earlier today on the web browser, this is the desktop model, but on the web browser, it looked like they might have addressed some of those scaling issues. So obviously that could be nice. The only problem, if Tradovate would address their issues and come up with a Renko chart that's like this one with the wicks, etc., I'd be a real happy person, and I could forget about all this nonsense. I mean, Tradovate is quite convenient, actually. If you want to just jump online and boom, there you go. They have a mobile app. They have a browser-based app. They have the desktop-based app, which are desktop-based program, which is what this one is. So it's pretty damn convenient, to say the least. So I changed my bit rates, and I'm still getting that crap about bit rate is lower than recommended. Don't know what to do about that. I actually lowered the bit rate from 320 to 128 on the mic, on the headset. And that's, I hope it doesn't degrade the quality. And when I click the widget thing here, it says the audio stream's current bit rate is 0. 0 is lower than the recommended bit rate. We recommend that you use a stream bit rate of 128 kbps, which I am doing. So I don't know what in the hell, why that suddenly started happening. Nothing has changed as far as equipment or connection or anything else. So I guess it could have been an update. Streamlabs, Streamlabs maybe, don't know. Damn annoying, I know that much. Anyway, I'm just gonna fuss around here until this open. Looks like I've got the volume profiles working, thank God. That was a drama. I think I have figured out how to, well, I was going to say switch between data providers, but what's going to happen here is that when I decide which way I'm going to go, whether it's Rithmic or ETNIQ feed or just back to Tradovate, whatever it might be, I'm going to uninstall and completely go back from zero on a fresh install with the Investor RT and not use any of my old chart definitions or any of that stuff. Just create everything new and hopefully get rid of any old latency bugs that I drug along with me. Assuming that I go ahead with Investor RT. And we've got this profile now on a split session, so this is Globex. I don't really care to plot Globex particularly on a, but then again, so this was yesterday's. Oh, look at yesterday. Yesterday's regular trading session. Talk about one time framing. Holy smoke, and look at this pile of singles. Boy, if we get in here, this thing is going to go down like a rocket. Wow. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Whirling that mouse button around there and get a little carried away with myself. So hopefully everything will track out normally here and look good. It was trading wonderfully with ETNIQ feed, except for the last day, last week. Frustrating. Fiber optic connection here to a brand new trading computer that's way overpowered. Actually kind of disappointed. I have a GeForce RTX 2060 Super with 8 gigs. And the only program using it is the streaming software. The trading charting package, it's nothing. So that's pretty disappointing. But I have to look into that, assuming I end up with one. I'm not going to bother people that support or getting into the weeds with any of this setup until I have a decision here on what I'm going to do for charting. Have a look here and see. Yeah, you see, we've only got Tradovate is running on the GPU. This is the graphics card. And Chrome, which is running the YouTube Studio streaming upload. So this is the Investor RT charting. This is Day Trader. This is which is Jigsaw. Pretty amazing. Streamlabs doesn't use it. The only things that are using it's the push up for Tradovate and the Chrome. And the only Chrome program running at the moment on this machine is the YouTube Studio. So I don't know what to think about that, but it's pretty frickin' annoying. Have an expensive piece of hardware in there, and all it's really doing is pushing the stream. Pretty darn business. So let's get everything up to speed here. Starting wise. Get all the data flowing. It's recalculated now. It's had some time to think about that. It's nice. I don't know why that doesn't ever. Current session, last 2 sessions, full data. Yeah, why not? Let's download some data to the EPO charting. Lazy rainy day here in Kuala Lumpur. Pretty hard session at the gym this morning, and then a few things to do around the house and get paperwork together for the visa story here, and some of the usual ancillary work that I have to do. I took care of this afternoon and evening. Man, I hope that bitrate thing isn't just. I have to Google that, I guess, and see what the Sam hell that's about. Never had that before. And nothing has changed that I'm aware of, apart from software updates. I mean, it's the same hardware configuration. No changes to the microphone, which is the only audio driver. I mean, the only audio input. So that's got to be where the bit rate's coming from. Anyway, so let's take another little more of a look here. We're starting to kind of sneak into the green over here. You can see where settles 13,585. Yeah, 13,585 and a half. And if we look at the daily, they did break through. Remember yesterday we were looking at this little mess going on over here. It actually closed lower, but now they're running it. There you go. They ran it up here on Thursday, I guess it was, or no, yesterday. And they did break all this resistance area. So they're one time frame into the top. Looking for that high around 13,880. All-time highs. So we'll see how this thing moves. It could be a substantial piece of work today. Called that 13,500. It hit it just after I said, looks like we're going to hit that. We're headed for the 500 psychological level, and about no sooner than it was out of my mouth, and that's where we were. And I had trailed my stop too close and only got that to 8 points. Could have had substantially more. Same usual story. So what we're looking at now is another resistance area here. And we've kind of wick test this big impulsive move down. And we'll see how they go here. I'm supposing they're going to try to run for an all-time high, I guess. Right inside of value, POCs are almost on top of one another. We're in range and in value pretty much all night, the entire Globex. This is yesterday's regular trading hours value area. We just peeked outside for just a heartbeat early this morning here in Asia, and then kazoom down. Well, actually, no, this was last night's trade. Just after the open. First thing in the morning. So we need to remember that past performance is not indicative of future results. Trading derivatives or futures is not suitable for everybody. You can lose more money than you put in your account. And I am not a certified advisor or anything else. I'm a trader just like everybody else. And this channel is my virtual trading log journal. And my commentary is just to articulate my thoughts so that when I review the videos and these streams that I can, I can listen to what I was thinking and analyze whether I was thinking correctly or not. And hopefully that some of this will be beneficial to others who are trying to achieve what I am. My revenue model is sustained profitability, consistent, sustained profitability, rather than being a big YouTube star and all that stuff. My goal is to be a consistently profitable trader, which is, in my opinion, a good goal. And remember that your goal as a trader is to be able to trade tomorrow. That's your prime directive. You need to manage your risk, select the proper products, select the proper market, all those things. Come up with an edge. And then your goal is to manage your risk so that you can provide yourself enough samples in your data set of trades for your edge to manifest itself. And that will translate to consistent profitability. Excuse me. And we're 15 minutes from the open here. Getting consolidation range, right on settlement, right on close and open. I'm thinking this is going to be a would have all indications that this open and morning trade at least would be a open auction as opposed to a trend. That's essentially what's happened all night, and pretty much, yeah, no, they brought it up pretty hard overnight. I mean, yesterday's trading range was one time framing to the top. Till that last hour, then they just traded it flat. Excuse me, can't stop yawning here. I guess I need a little more R&R. So we were so close, and then we had that bad day, 6.25, 635 or something lost, and I was just too tired to defend it or regain it to trade my way through it, and I took that loss. And so here we are back down again. We're at 51,869. The goal is 53,000 for the funded account. we were up at 52.5 or a little better, 52.6, I believe. Oh, couple of losing days there. Which is exactly normal. The probability of your very next trade is 50-50. Absolutely, without doubt, it is 50-50. No matter what edge you did, how many back tests you've got, whatever else, the probability of the very next trade you take is 50-50. Market can only go two ways, up or down. And depending on your stop and your risk management and all those things, that factors into whether lose money or make money on that trade. But there's the direction or the probability of the next trade is 50-50. Now, if you've got 100,000 trades and an edge figured out, that's for the past data set. That's not for the future. The next trade is 50-50. And so on and so on. So that's something that every trader needs to get their head around because it's really important and it can have a huge impact on your emotional capital. Which in my opinion is probably more important than your risk capital. Now, I don't know about that. If you don't have risk capital, you can't trade. If you don't have emotional capital, you could trade, but you won't trade well if you've damaged or lost your emotional capital. So, I don't know, it's a hard question. Depends on who you are and how you deal with risk and how you deal with loss. Yeah, that's another reason I was talking about the 50-50 percentage, because losses are an absolute fact. So you have to just manage them properly and trade on. And that's where the edge, that's what I mean by having enough samples in your data set so that your edge can manifest itself. If you've got an 80% win rate and you take 100 trades, 80% of them are going to win and 20% are going to lose. So got to manage that so that you have manage your if you take 80 trades and make 1 point, and you take 20 trades and lose 8 points, you're broke. So that's where risk management and trade management is so important. And excuse me, I cannot stop yawning. I guess I'm just tired. Have a couple grapes here to get a little blood sugar up. Well, we're consolidating pretty heavily right around the settlement close/open. So, and ES is doing pretty much, well, no, ES is sold off. But overnight inventory is into range, through value and into range. It's bumping its head on VWAP here, so. And we are about 7 minutes to the open. Not much to say or do here, just kind of sitting here hoping this damn thing's going to work okay. We've got delays or lags showing up down there already, which is not encouraging. How the hell can there be delays or lags running into the system when there's nothing going on? I mean, volume is zippity doo dah. I don't know. I don't know what that is about, but I don't like it. That's for darn sure. And I don't plan to put up with it. Of course, with Tradovate, you can't see. You have to just use visual cues to see if there's a lag. Now, the data was smoking because Jigsaw is just ripping up one side and down the other. But the big lags were coming into the charting. That's what started the quest for the new charting setup here. So we're just doing that box consolidation up to the open. A little bit funky because usually it's ripping, but then volatility is way off. So, and that bit rate thing keeps coming back, and that's just irritating to no end. Maybe it has to do with the lack of audio, that I am not talking enough, or there's not enough audio, background audio going on, or whatever else. Maybe that's what's causing it. I don't know. Never had that. I have never had that warning thing before. That's the last week, I think. So everybody looks like they're working. Here's hoping that continues. Relative volume's way off on the ES anyway. Cumulative delta is pretty much flat. That's pretty much, yep. Little run up here. Flat and run up, flat. And of course, I didn't take advantage of that run up. 2 days in a row now, they've had that same idea of about 20 points, 30 points. That's 40, actually. Around the last hour and a half, 2 hours. I have to start the stream a little bit earlier and watch some of this action. So here we go. Now we're starting to move a little bit, coming down to the VWAP. Yep. That's pretty normal. Pretty normal. Basically, 20 points there too. And we're 2 minutes to the open. All right, hook in and hang on. Good luck. Keep cool. Be patient. Manage your risk. And remember that your goal is to be able to trade tomorrow. All the psychedelic hoopla you put together and back test and whatsoever, courses you buy, whatever, do you absolutely no good if you blow up your account and can't trade. So manage your risk. That's the key. And let's see what happens. And we're open. And we're not moving. We're down at 56.75, and the charting software is still trading up at 66. So it's 10 points off. Not very rosy picture. Not a very rosy picture. It's now down to 59, and then it's going to turn around and head the other way. And we've got about a 16, 17 second lag. So it looks to me like software's got a problem dealing with a data burst, I guess. Irritating as hell. Down at 56, and this stupid thing is still trading up here at 61. Way off. So much for the investor RT Rithmic connection. That's 2 days in a row now that happened. I don't know what to think about it. Up at 35.70, and this thing is still down now, just now printing down at 60. So it seems to manage to be able to stay about 10 points behind. There's that swing high to 70, which is now down at 56. Printing a swing high here at, it won't even keep up with the mouse. There's a swing high there at 70, and we're down here at 60. So, Jesus, that's disappointing. And let's see what's happening with it's at least working. This is Jigsaw, the charting of Jigsaw, which is especially the VWAP was just a straight line always. It doesn't track. And let's see what's going on with this. Well, still using low CPU. Well, that's disappointing. I like so much about the software, but the one thing I don't like is the most important thing of all. The damn thing doesn't work. It can't keep up. Well, still way behind. Way behind. Well, it's got none lagging here according to this. So the one thing I do find kind of strange is that the TPO chart seems to tick and trade pretty normally. It seems like it's just the Renko that's getting his knickers in a knot here and not being able to do anything. So we're in a real tight range, 20 points, that opening swing. Not good. What are they going to do with it here? Probably going to bust it to the downside, I'm guessing. And so much for my guessing. ES is kind of pushing up. Again, we're trading right on top of, right in this lower volume area, but we're right inside a range and value. Doesn't look like an opportunity here to me. Unless we're able to break down here and get to the, try to start looking for this Globex low. But they look pretty tight. Not waiting for news. So what the hell are they waiting for? What are they waiting for? We're at value area low from Globex. We'll pull back there. Sellers are coming in, or were. got a some selling on the ES. Sellers coming in. Well, that value area low is just like a hammer, isn't it? Look at that. And up to the value area low for the regular trading session, and looks like it's going to go across up to POC now. Lighten that out a little bit so it's a little bit easier to look at. It looks to me like they're going to try to trade it up to the VWAP. There were some shorts that went WTF right about right about here. Yep. Up to the VWAP and up we go. Value area, value area high. Came to a scranding halt and turned around and went the other way. Wow. 30 points. 30-point swing on ES. That's normally half a candle. And down the other way. So I hope somebody is good at trading an open auction, which is what I mentioned I thought we were going to see, and that's pretty much exactly what we got here. Is an open auction. We've got the real tight range value, and this is the opening swing low. High right up in here. And they're sitting right smack dab in the middle of it. Right on POC, volume area POC, I should say. Sorry. This is the volume. Anything here, value area high, value area low, POC, it's all volume. The only thing that is TPO is running over on this side. Now we're getting an impulse candle up here. What will they do when they get to there? That. Yes. So, pretty disappointing that they couldn't get the, that first opening charting was just terrible. We're going to do here, we're going to run right up to this consolidation area and then turn around, I'm guessing. Yep. And that's the POC from the overnight here. I think. Yeah. This little goofy looking pinkish line is the developing POC. So you could see it ran there, dropped down here, ran right straight back to the exact same spot, and there it continues. Same thing here. So now we've got POC and VWAP about 2 eyelashes away from the value area high. They're just chopping people's face off here. Could have been a good short, I guess, but that would have been a spot for a resting order. How to get used to this reduced volatility and how the action's gonna be here. Good opportunity to watch. Now we're putting in the consolidation blocks. No place to trade right around VWAP and POC, in my opinion. That's like the busiest street intersection in town. What the hell was that? Hello. All right. Don't know what to do with that bit rate thing. That's just annoying. Anyway, we're back in a consolidation box. And it's not an unusual one. It was a low here. It was consolidation in through here in the Globex and resistance on all these highs in the Globex. So they're just pretty much trading it. And don't forget, we're still in about a 40 to 70, so a 50-point range on the Globex. In the first 11 minutes. What's our old buddy at ES is trading up. They had a little spike up and then this was Globex, and here's the regular trading hours, 5-minute chart. And they're just trading up slowly. There we come down. There was the resting order, and I missed it. The wick caught it, but I missed it. Had I been sitting there, I'd have been on one. You might be able to tell I'm not too keen to take a trade here yet because I'm still put off by the data. Seems like it's trading pretty accurately, but still a little bit slow, looks to me like. This is a spot I get burned a lot. Comes up here and I'm thinking they're going to run the break. Boom, down the other way. Stupid look on my face. Sitting there looking dumb. Again, back to the POC and VWAP. Not a lot of participation with the ES here. They're having a hell of a time getting past here. Kind of surprised they didn't take out the Globex low, actually. 90, there's a stat, 97 or 98% stat that regular trading hours takes out either the Globex high or low in the regular trading. And that thing is, as I say, 97 to 98.5%, depending on years you look. So that means at some point this line or that one is going to be taken out. And maybe it's going to be the top one. Who knows? ES is pushing up. If they can break out of the top here, got a ways to go over here. Kind of don't like trying to take that trade when it's inside of this consolidation, heavy consolidation area from just recent Globex trade. Did take out that POC. Up to the first standard deviation there at 590. Now, will they take it up to that psychological of 600? That's the next question. Or are they going to turn this thing around and trade it back the other way? Remembering that we are smack dab inside of the entire range so far for regular trading hours is within the value area of Globex. And definitely within the value area of the regular trading session yesterday. Oh. So. I think discretion might be the better part of valor here today, and just watch this thing trade. See what kind of charting skullduggery I can get into. Yeah, they took it. I'm going to turn around and bring that damn thing right back down to February. And very, very, very likely trade it across. His value area is so small. Basically 20 points. They bring it down to the VWAP and the POC. That would be a likely bounce in a resting order, but I'm not going to be able to be on stream when the market starts to kind of shake itself out. I think that'll happen a little later in the morning. But I am going to kick it off. These consolidation blocks are just really strong now that we don't have a lot of volatility and not a particularly thick book. I'm going down to POC now. And right now it did bounce. Not much, but it bounced. Would have taken out or stopped. Wouldn't have got our target, unfortunately. Would not have gotten our target yet. By golly, that is just disappointing as all heck. Jigsaw charting doing. Actually, this is just a 1 minute chart, but in the the Renko chart completely sucks, and a bunch of other stuff, but at least it's charting and it's got volume and it's fairly accurate. Traded through POC. Hasn't made it down to that value area low yet. And ES is still on the rise, or at least trying to be. The problem with a resting order for me here at the value area low, which would be normal in volatile situations, it's too much goofing around. This thing is down, it flushes back up over here, and then it kind of wanders down over here. You want it to just kind of come down there and hit that visual reference, and then it's going to go the other way. If it just kind of fluffs down there like a leaf in the wind, it's liable to just fluff right on, right on past you. You end up down at the bottom. And that's entirely possible. So we didn't get past this consolidation lows. Just enough of a head fake here to put a whole bunch of idiots short. Or not idiots, but traders short. Now, if you're a good scalper, you're picking 10 points off of these runs. Boom, 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 boom. You're picking 10 points each way. I'm not comfortable enough with the way this thing's charting, running to start keyboard and scalping. Hotkeying the scalping, whatever you want to call it. And I think this is just a top market. A lot of people are going to get chopped up today, even though the ES is broken out substantially to the upside and moving up. Now, they may follow suit. I don't know. Not really sure why the ES is being so bashful, but they seem to be. Yeah, they're following the ES now. Whether they'll take out that high and head for the 13.6 remains to be seen. But somebody woke up about something here. I'm not sure what or why. And they're still right here. Why this is happening exactly, I don't know. Love to get on that, but I'm a little apprehensive. Buyers are in. Should have taken the value area high, I guess. Coming up here to oh, we got on that one. See what happens here if we get up to the 6. Get up, hit it. Well, okay. $65. Not much of a trade, but a trade. F4. 5 minutes to the top of the hour. I'm going to shut the stream off. I was late to the party there. But I did think I was going to get up to my target. What I get for thinking, I guess. I got my stop a little tight, maybe. I hope my eating these grapes to get my little blood sugar bump is not sounding obnoxious on the stream. I guess I could mute the mic. ES is still rocking. I'm not sure what got into them, but they're having a pretty good time heading for the Globex high, and these guys over here are asleep at the wheel. It would seem right up to the balance area, though. So they have just balanced out the trade, meaning there's as much down as there is up. So nice when this thing's working. That's just so disappointing at the beginning there where it's still pulling legs. I don't know why. well, is what it is, I guess. Really did think I was going to get my target there. What'd that do for my $219.30, $70? Come on, man. Couldn't have just got another. Should have just smacked out of it, I guess, when it was going up there. But anyway, I didn't. All right, so we're 2 minutes to the top of the hour. And I am going to call it a stream. Disappointingly, big lags, still lags, lags, and more lags. Some reason that's about, I don't know. I don't see any oh, there we go. Yeah, taking it right to that psychological 6. Right, exactly where I called it. And I got to start listening to myself. That is so frustrating. Did the same thing yesterday with 500. and now here we are at 6. So why not just take a long around 500 and then just hang on for 100 points, you know? And really no heat except for this one right here. This candle right here would put you out of the market, out of the game. 587 to 95. And that 600 is right where they wanted to take it, and that's where I had my target at 59. But I just got my stop a little close. Oh, well, such is life. And here we go again with Samora. Boys are all excited about going up now. Still haven't got that Globex high. They are at the, it did take out the, this recent swing high, or they're trying to. I so appreciate the way this charting presents and how you can scroll back and forth and get your perspectives and nothing's jumping around now. What used to happen is you'd see a real small range here on Tradovate, and then you scroll in like this, and all of a sudden it'd jump real wide. It'd go to the accurate scaling. And now perhaps they fixed that. If they have, that was one of the things that put me off the most. That and the delays or the lags. But I did notice that looks like it might have changed. Let's see if I can get down there. Apparently not. There we go. Now, maybe, well, look at there. There's the trade I took last night. No, that's right now. That's today. Crazy or what? All right. Now watch. First of all, you can't scroll back. This spreads way out. Blowbacks, highs, and lows you don't see. And what are you going to do here? Are you going to trade that up? Where's it going? Do you know? Does anybody know? Irritating. For me, that's very irritating. Well, they're going to head for that Globex high, my guess. They've taken out this swing high. Right now, they're at value area high. So they're trading across value, and that might be where they turn this thing around. But I sure as heck wish I'd have just thrown one on and sat back and let it go. And then had myself 1,000 points, $1,000. Kind of nice. Nice buyer participation here in the cumulative delta. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, I'm 4 minutes past the hour, and I'm thinking that this is the time to not make a trade. So, traders, I'm going to call it a night. I'm disappointed with the open and the data lag, and still lagging now. Why is that? I don't know. And I'm trading, both of these are through the, well, the Rithmic is going through the Singapore gateway. You'd have no idea where Tradovate's coming from. It's a CQG feed, so perhaps, or I guess it's CQG. It's CQG when they're live. Maybe it's out of the back of their pickup truck when they're not. I don't know. Anyway, remember your goal is to trade, be able to trade tomorrow. Risk management is key. I'm going to call this an early stream because I'm tired and I got a small trade in there, so I'm content with that, and I'm discontented with these lags that keep going on. I find that just ridiculous that keeps happening. So trade well, and remember to be patient. Trade your plan, trade what you see, don't trade what you think. So far, I am held that 600 psychological level out. We got 10 past that. Same as yesterday on the 500. So makes me feel good, a little bit of confidence that I'm able to read the market a little better this week, and have kind of an understanding for where this thing is being traded, where price discovery is happening. And again, remember that this trade, well, now they have gotten out of the range, but just barely. This is value area high from the regular trading session yesterday. It just poked through there. They're pulling back. So they have not traded outside of value or range. Blowbacks, a little bit peak outside, back inside, and all of today's regular trading session. So value is overlapping. And the value area for both are sock up in the middle. So that's something that you need to bear in mind. If you appreciate the stream or it's any value to you, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed and a thumbs up. If you're curious when I start the stream, sometimes it varies depending on whether it's the Asia close, London open, or I try to always be on the regular trading hours open. You can push the little bell notification bell, and you'll know when it goes live. But I'd appreciate a subscription and a thumbs up if you find value in it. And I'm thinking that they're smoothing out today. Tomorrow should be a more reasonable trading day. The week is full. No, well, some places it's not. I guess some places had Monday off. So this is actually the first day some folks are trading. Anyway, disappointing on the feed here. Investor RT with lag going on. Like DTNIQ feed is the way to go with Investor RT if that's the route I take. But then that's 2 data feeds. It's painful. Anyway, all the best. Trade well and be patient. Remember, your goal is to be able to trade tomorrow. Peace out, y'all.